on the top.
Give me that beat, DJ.
The KFM Top 40 with Carl Wastie. Your 40 biggest hits
across the Cape.
Hi, Calum. I miss you.
I missed you too, man. It's been too long.
I feel like we established quite a bond down here, and then you just disappeared. But you need a break too.
Well, you know what? I was touring a lot last year, released the album, I had 4 singles, I had a world tour. I was so happy that we ended in South Africa. So it's also a bittersweet because I couldn't do my show in Durban. Yeah. However, we have rearranged and I'm coming back the end of March for Durban in the beginning of April for a second Cape Town show. So, yeah, you couldn't keep me away too long, man. You couldn't keep me away. So I'm just ready to deliver, hopefully by then as well, new music from a third album. So, so it'll be, in some ways, even more special than it would have been in December.
When you were teasing it, you were teasing your Jax Jones collab and it's dropping today, and you're like, oh, here we go, here it comes. And I listened to it a few times, which is why it's in my head.
It's so funny because I remember hearing an early demo of Whistle, and it had a singer on that I know, one of my friends, and I heard it and I was like, oh, it sounds really good, but you don't want to like pull the rug from under people. So I went around it the right way, and I was like, could I just record a vocal on it just to see how it feels? And we recorded on it, and then I got in touch with Jax, and I was like, so I've kind of recorded a vocal on the song, and I would love you to hear it. Anyway, he heard it, and then he was like, oh man, it sounds so good. In the meantime, Carl, I tactfully invited Jax to my Palladium show in London, just to demonstrate what I can do. And that kind of sealed the deal, and he was like, yeah, we should have you on the song.
Oh,
so it's really it's kind of come around so well, and he's such a nice person. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to interview him, but such a lovely guy, so down to earth. He's such a great family man. I just like hanging out with him, even the music aside. But this does feel big. I was with the team celebrating the release last night. We was watching it coming from Australia, New Zealand and Asia and make its way around the globe. So it seems well positioned. Everybody seems to be loving it. Hopefully we'll do big things with this song.
I want to talk about, you celebrated a birthday of one of your songs recently. So,
yeah.
And I think that's so special. And I think you need to take me through, people sometimes don't understand why artists would celebrate the 1-year anniversary or the 1 month anniversary of the release of their music. And I think that those people need to be educated to find out exactly what it goes into making that type of song, man, because it's your baby. You're literally celebrating your baby's birthday.
And literally 100%. All of my songs are little pieces of me. And I knew from the very first time I started writing music that it was going to be personal, and it was going to be from things that I've been through, because that to me feels the quickest and simplest way to somebody's heart is by talking from your own, Yeah. And so we celebrated a year of If You Ever Change Your Mind. And that was a song that, even though it's a bit of a bop, and even though it's a song that I kind of dance around on stage to, it's still kind of heartbreaking. I mean, classic Calum Scott, what was you expecting? But it's one of those songs where it's that what you're in has probably run its course, but it doesn't stop you wanting that person. And I think everybody has that longing to be with somebody. And even when, all the cards are on the table and it doesn't look good, there's still that need and want to be loved and appreciated. And even when it's not looking great. And I think everybody can relate to that on some level, a relationship that's past or a relationship they're currently in, where it's like, do I, don't I, what if, all those kind of questions. But yeah, it's funny you say about celebrating milestones with the songs, because they are like your children. At this point, I don't have my own kids, so it's kind of like, instead of celebrating losing my baby, losing baby teeth, I'm celebrating a year of a song, or just recently celebrated 1 billion streams of Dancing on My Own on Spotify.
I was was getting to that. Like I wanted to lean into that. Like the build-up was like, if you ever change your mind, into a billion. Like that was the moment, and you took it from me. Thanks.
I'm sorry.
Why don't you just interview yourself, Calum Scott? Then I didn't even need to be here. I'll just sit and listen to you talk to yourself. Let's go. You do your thing. I'll just be here. I'm gonna sit here. Tell me about a billion. Tell yourself about a billion. Sorry.
Can you imagine if you've just tuned in and you're hearing Calum Scott interview himself? Yeah, man. Do you know what a billion is?
Yeah.
Is a really difficult number to comprehend. It's 100 million or 1,000 billion, 1,000 million. Something like
Yeah.
1,000 million just sounds like what a 5-year-old would say that they love you 1,000 million, you know?
Yeah.
It's a really hard number to digest, but I think what it does is it kind of just reinstates the faith I have in my music and what I do. I mean, I remember when we recorded that song and I had no idea that it would do what it did, let alone be loved and listened to all across the world. And that's all you can sort of aspire to is, you know, the numbers are great and the accolades are great and whatever. But I think having those sorts of numbers just shows the sheer amount of people that enjoy and listen to that song. And, you know, it's not with every song, but that's the kind of the roll of the dice of the music industry, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what makes it exciting. That's what makes it sort of everything to play for. And yeah, I'm still sort of pinching myself that song that I recorded in my mum's like little back bedroom that I'd made as a makeshift studio in like 2014 or something is celebrating 1,000 million streams.
I like it when you put it that way. It sounds, I'll be honest, 1,000 million sounds a lot better than a billion. I'll be very honest. Like, if someone had to say to you, do you want 1 billion rand or whatever pounds? Let's go. If you want 1 billion pounds or 1,000 million pounds, I'll be like, 1,000 million, me, pick me. It sounds better.
It's so true. It's so true. Yeah, I mean, again, just a massive thank you to everybody that supported that record and helped me on my trajectory for what I'm living now, which is just a dream come true. I say this to you all the time. I literally cannot believe that this is the day job that I get to do every day.
It's the best, eh? And remember that I'm in your corner watching you sing songs. Well, you know.
Yeah. If you're watching me kiss her, that might be a creepy position to be in, Carl.
That's very true. I retract. I thought I could do something clever with the song. Clearly, I'm literally dancing on my own here, and that thought. I apologize. I'm going to move on quickly. And you know, because I had 1,000 million ideas there, but I'm going to stop it right there.
I see, yeah, or a billion, as some may say.
But this song with Jax Jones. I mean, I know we've gone through the fact that you literally. So we have a word here in Cape Town. It's called smokkel. You smokkled your way onto the song, which basically means do you like smokkel? Well, I mean, it's not a really, it's not a word that you'd want to associate with a, you know, superstar as yourself and Jax Jones, but I'm going to do it because I'm from Cape Town. There's a word, because smokkel means that you found a loophole to get yourself something. Like for you, I think Jax Jones to a show, and then you hit in the verse on the Palladium, and then suddenly he's like, hey, let's do it. So I got you. I know you have proven that you smokkel, which is fine. I mean, we've all done it before.
Do you know what? You could just nickname me to Calum Smokkel instead of Scott. And then, it's what it says on the tin, you know?
Okay.
But, it wasn't done maliciously. I didn't smokkel maliciously. That's the only thing I said.
Good. Okay, that's as long as we clear that up, that's the best thing. But your Calum Smokkel, that sounds like there's an artist like that in Cape Town already, but it's okay. But the song is so good. The reason why it's good is not only because it's a banger, it's a bop, but the whole whistle concept is great, and I love it. I wanted to ask you, are you any good at whistling? I mean, the whistling on the song, was it a sample that Jax Jones brought in and said, right, sample pack 1,000, get whistles, and then he threw it in there, or was it actually you?
Yeah, to be honest, it started as like a bit of a flute thing, I think, from what Jax was telling me. And then it sort of worked its way into a whistle. And then they were like, "Oh, do you want to get in the booth and record the whistle?" I was like, "Yeah." And then I went in and I had zero moisture in my mouth. I was so nervous to record the whistle, and I just couldn't do it. I just ended up blowing on the microphone, and they were like, "It's probably not hygienic to do that, Cal. We'll probably stick to the produced whistle." So I only ended up being the singer on it and not the whistler on it.
Oh,
But contrary to that, I can whistle quite well. I mean,
can you?
I'm not gonna blow my own trumpet.
I feel like, I mean, like if you want to prove it, like I'd like to hear it. I mean, like,
I can feel my mouth drying up. Let me get some.
I don't mind doing it. I can do a whistle off here with you. I don't mind that. Let's go. So whistle to celebrate. Let's go. Do a nice little song there with a whistle. Like, let me see if I can identify it. That's how you test a whistle. If you can whistle like the chorus of a song and then someone can identify it, you're the best. Go for it.
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay. Now, okay. That's, you know what? That's low hanging fruit. Miley Cyrus's Flowers is very low hanging fruit. I'm going to be honest with you because I mean, it's like the number one.
I actually really love the fact that she has like, the whole story is pretty sad actually for what happened. But
yeah,
the fact that she's been able to turn that around and use music and the Bruno Mars reference and empowered herself like that, and I think everybody feels that empowerment and they transfer that to themselves. So I think, I think it's a cracker of a song. I think it's a great video. I think what I would do for a collab with Miley Cyrus, it would be insane. I think our voices would sound pretty sick together, actually.
I think so. You know what? I do believe that would be good because you remember, like Megan Trainor got Kim Petras onto Made You Look, and a lot of people are bringing in some people to add something different, though. However, I was actually thinking, what happens if somebody takes something like Dancing on My Own and responds to it via chorus? Can you just imagine what that would be like for you? Because I mean, I'm thinking about Bruno Mars. I mean, is he just chilling there saying, "That's cool. I got it sounds good." Like, is he doing that, or is he like, "What does this have to do with me?" I mean, that was when I was your man. This woman singing about flowers has nothing to do with me. Because I mean,
the only other, I don't know if you remember this, Carl. The only other song that I remember that does that was a song by Eamon, and I'm not allowed to say the song title on air, but it begins with an F. And the last word is you. And that was a song, I don't know if you guys heard it in South Africa, but that was a song, and it was a cool little jam. And then somebody else brought another song called F You Right Back. That's the only time I've ever heard that. And then when I heard the Bruno Mars and the Mars thing, I was just like, what an amazing time in music that you can do like a call and response with songs. I mean, I wouldn't want to be Miley's ex, put it that way.
Very true. But if I think about Dancing on My Own, like imagine somebody had to come up with a song, and instead of I'm in the corner watching you kiss her, it's like I'm out of the corner and I'm kissing my own person type of thing. I'm right over here, and I don't care if you don't see me. Imagine that.
That's like the confident. Is it smockle? Do you remember?
Smockle.
It's like the confident smockling friend that's like, I'm over here kissing your girlfriend while you watch me, which is kind of creepy.
That's the one. And the song is called
do you know what, Carl? Maybe I should go on the cover. It's not kind of on the cover because I'm kind of announcing it, but as Calum Smockle and do the response song. And then maybe I might have the same sort of trajectory as Miley Cyrus after that.
It is going to be brilliant. I'm out of the corner and you see me kiss her. Whoa. Yes. Oh my, this is the thing. I feel like Miley caused the trend, caused the problem, and this is why we're here. I'll be waiting for that. We can do that when we are eventually on stage at Zevenwacht on 2nd of April. Get your tickets now. Calum Scott in Cape Town once again. But I'm very excited about Whistle. I'm always excited to chat to you. I think we're gonna have a great time when you eventually come down here. Durban is going to get the best of you. I know you've been building up to that show. So anybody from Durban right now, I know that you are so apologetic. I mean, you almost apologized to me. I almost looked at you. I'm not from Durban, bro.
Yeah, even anybody from South Africa. I'm like, welcome back to London. And I hear the accent. I'm like, bro, I just want to apologise because I care so much, Carl. You know this.
I know.
We were at a bar in where was it, in Johannesburg?
Yes, we were.
And I said to you then, I was absolutely devastated, and I was sat in that hotel room reading comments saying like, this is terrible. We waited in the rain, and I felt awful.
Yeah,
and
I know.
I was sat there and I was weeping, and it was awful. But the fact that we've been able to reorganize it, I just want people to know that I'm coming back, and we pulled out all the stops to make it happen. And even if it was, a huge sort of minefield to get around, I would still navigate it because South Africa is very dear to my heart, very dear.
Oh man, you're so cool, Calum Scott. Thank you so much, Calum Scott. Sorry, I get so confused. But thank you so much for organizing a nice little chat with you. It's always a pleasure. But also Whistle with Jax Jones. That is just it's such an incredible song, and we're looking forward to this one hitting the KFM Top 40 and rotating on KFM 94.5 and being on every single dance floor. And you performing it in Durban and performing it at Zevenwacht. That is going to be great on the 2nd of April. So enjoy, be safe, please, and then look after yourself. I believe you are recovering from something, so please just recover.
I will, Carl. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody at KFM, and I cannot wait to see you again in a couple of months' time.
From the top. Give me that beat, DJ.